Hello guys, today's video is about an idea from this guy on YouTube. He wanted me to make a video for posting some images to the blogger. Okay, to this I think this blogger is a service from Google, and it, so the idea is like this. So we have some images or files on our Google Drive, and we can write a script and post these images to the blog. Okay, so here is my final product for this idea, and basically I have some images here in a folder on my Google Drive. Okay, so the images, this is a folder ID. I like to copy this ID. So in this configuration fields, we'll have the blog ID and post title and post content. And I have the ID. I think this folder ID is already this folder. This is a folder ID. Okay. So this ID is a folder ID for images, and we also have to get the channel your blog ID here. Let's see. Let's try this ID. Okay. So blog ID and the post, the title for your post, and the content in your post. Now we don't have any post in this blog. I like to try to post one from this Google Sheet, and here you have function to sign in and log out, and you can do a new post. Since I'm already signed in, so I'm going to do a directly new post. Okay, I'm running the new post. So it's starting to create a new post. Wait for a few minutes, a few seconds, I think. Okay, now I think the post is done, and here you have a link to the new post. All right, let's also refresh this page. And now I have this new post, and here is the link to this post. And here you can see your title, and also you'll see the images in this folder, right? So if you go to the edit mode in your blogger, so you will see something like this. So this is the title. No, this is the title, and this part is the content. It's in HTML format, so you need to add some HTML text here. So you also can customize your post content with some HTML and CSS style. Okay, and the images, I add some style for each images. So I add the file name as a description for the image. Okay, so for each image, the image will have a name. The name will be posted here under the image. Okay, so basically this is the idea to post something from the Google Sheet to the blogger. Okay, so I'd like to show you how to do this in AppScript I'm not sure if I can do this in one video. Maybe it will be very long video. So I like to. I'm not going to do very detailed for this project. Okay, I'd like to show you the ideas for this project. Let's go back. So if you want to use the script, you only need to make a copy of this file. Let's do this, make a copy. Let's rename it to post gblogger from Google Sheet. Okay, let's save it. Now we have a new project. Let's close this one. So this is the old one, and let's go to. So this one is a copy of my original project, and the script is also copied. So we go to the script editor. You should see the code here. All right. Let's zoom in a little bit. So all the codes are here. First of all, I defined some range in my sheet. So like you see the client ID, secret key, the border ID, all this stuff you can find it here. Okay, if you check the range name. All right, so we need to do some settings. So first of all, I'd like to introduce you a very important API. As is supposed to for app script. I think this one. Okay, this is a library. This is also authorization library for the Google. Okay, so you go to this website and you follow the instructions step by step. I will have go through it very quickly. So first of all, you need to do some settings. So you need to go to the resources libraries. You need to add this library to your project. I'm not sure if it's added. Let me check the libraries. So resources libraries. So it's already added, but you need to enable it because it is copied from my original project. So you need to enable this project, this library. Sorry. So if you started from the beginning, you can copy this script ID, okay, and you just need to add it here, okay. So make sure this is enabled. Oh no, this is for development mode only. So you don't have to enable this, but you need to make sure this library is added to your project, okay. So the first step is done, and so okay, so let's see what we can do. So you have to set the redirect URI, and for this one, I think is this. So you go to your project and File, Project Property. You copy this script ID. Okay, where is it? Copy it and go to Resources. Cloud Platform Project. So this is your project ID. This is your project. You click it. It'll bring you to the Google Cloud Platform. So here you can see your project. So the dashboard, you go to the API service. Okay, and enable API and service. You need to enable the Blogger API. To search, yes, Blogger API version 3. So let's enable this API. Okay, now the API is enabled. And we go back to the API service. Now you should have this API enabled. Okay. And then you need to add credentials. So this credential is a default credential for AppScript. Is for this project. You need to add a new one. So here we need to create the host client ID, web application. Let's call it Blogger API for Google Sheet. And here you need to set the redirect URI here. So let's copy this. You need to replace the script ID here. Let's copy the script ID again. All right, where are you? Okay. Let's copy it here. Copy. So you need to replace the script ID. So this is your I for this is the correct one. Let's delete this one. Okay. Let's create. Okay, this is very important. So here you will have a client ID. You copy this. Copy this ID and paste here in your project. Let's copy and paste. Oh, no. Copy this one. Oh, yes, this is ID. Copy and paste. and you will have the client secret. Let's copy. So now you have the client ID and the secret key. Okay. So I think the settings in the cloud is done. Let's close this. And I'm not going to explain this code step by step. So basically, I have some functions here. We have a login, logout, and a new post function. So these three functions is a major function in this project, and you can have a very we have some comments in this project. So basically, the major part for this project is two steps. First steps, you need to get the authorization from Google. So you need to use this service so to get the authorization for your project. So this is explained in this document very detailed. So you just need to follow this instruction. You change some yes, like this. You change some parameters here, like the client ID and the secret, and this is important. So in this example from Google, they are doing the drive service. So here, the scope, they're using the drive scope. Okay, so here we need to change it to the blogger. So if you Google it, I think it's Google API scope. All right. So it does a search for blogger. So here for blogger, you have two scopes. The first one is a scope for both read and write, I think. So you need to choose this one. And the second one is read only. So if you need to post something, you need to choose the first one. So in this project, I use the first one. And okay, so here is a login, and here is a logout function, and here is the function to do the post. You need to you can find the instructions from the Blogger API, I think, here. So getting started. So here you can do much more. I think here we need to using API. Okay, here you can search a post. Yes, here we can add or add in post. So here is a code we need to use. Post a new make a new post to the blogger. So so it's very similar. Is this JSON object, and you basically I have a blog ID and I have a title. For the blog content, I add the content, and it was consists of two parts. So one part is the content in the sheet, the post content, and another part is the images. So the images it was retrieved from this function. So this get image function, I will build HTML content for each images. So here is this the detail function. Here you can customize your image object with some HTML and CSS. So if you need to modify something, you only need to change this HTML template. Okay. So the idea is like this. It's very straight, I think. Okay, so let's try to run this on open function. So this is the first time to run. So I think yes, authorization is required. Okay, it's done. So I'd like to sign in. Let's delete this. Try to sign in. Okay, if everything works fine, and I think it will, yes, it will bring you this this dialog, and you need to authorize. Click this line, and now you log in with your Google account. Allow. Allow. Okay, so I think the signing is already done. We can close this tab, this dialog. And if you try to sign in again, yeah, you should get this message. Okay. And now we are ready to make our post to the blogger. And since let's go to my blog. Okay, this one I'm delete this one. Okay, now there is no post here, and if you and here I'd like to try. So here block ID, just like I said before, block ID, you can find it here. And as a title, whatever title you'd like, you can change it here. The post content is just the paragraphs or the text you want to add at the beginning of your post. And the folder ID for the images. So this ID, I got some, let's try this Ho Chi Minh City folder. Okay, I have some images in this folder. Let's copy and paste here. Let's try to run the new post function. Okay, I forgot to change the content, but never mind, it's just a test. So start creating new post. Okay, the post is done, and we can refresh this page. Now I have this new post, and if you go to this link, so this link is for public users, so you share your blog to the public, so I think everybody can see this post. So now I have the images in this post from this folder. Okay. I think that's it for this video. You may have some questions or issues with this script, so I will share this script with you if you are interested. So that's all for today's video. Thank you. See you next time. Bye bye.